and I am here with my last Kit Conspiracy layout for you guys today. And I went into my little basket that I have on the right for this title. It says Down the Path. I also want to use up a lot of these rub-on leaves, especially in the yellows and possibly the greens. I'm not really sure just yet. I have 3 photos of this path that went to a shed at the Walnut Grove retreat. So I'm still at the retreat. I have a couple packaging that I would like to use. No Waste Packaging by 49 and Market. And then I have this scrap that I never even noticed it was this beautiful green on the other side, but I really picked it for the polka dotted side for it. And then I have this green piece here, which I will need to remember to cut off the branding strip because for some reason in the solids, they printed the other side of the branding strip to match. And you have no idea how many times I have actually forgotten to cut that off, and then it sticks about a half an inch up, and I don't even plan for it, so I can't even cut it off later once the album is done. So yeah, out of my page protector, it sticks up about half an inch, so that's my bad. I did remember to cut it off this time because I am laying strips down, which definitely would have reminded me to cut that off, once I realized the strip wouldn't have fit. So I went ahead and I scuffed up the edges of my little 1/2-inch piece that I ripped off of, I think, day 1's layout, so Monday's layout. And then I have the scuffed up edge of the green piece, and then I'm going to put my polka dot piece behind it because I realized I wanted a little bit more of the green to be showing, and the polka dot piece was just a little bit too big of a side panel. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out all of the orangey and yellowy leaves going on here. And then I'm going to cut out the lighter aqua colors, or the lighter, I think they're aqua, and then I'm going to, I'm going to grab a pencil and draw a line for where my green piece kind of goes. And then roughly goes, I should say. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut out all of the leaves so that way I could see all the individual pieces. Now the single leaves I'm putting back in the package. I just want the leaf clusters. And then later, after doing this process, I will take all of my smaller leaves and make them into another pile, because then I'm going to use those as the backside of one of my photo clusters, so that one of the photos is going to become a cluster. Now this apparently I forgot to share with you guys, but this is also a Page Maps layout for you, and I believe it is also from April 2008 for the exact same one that I've used before. I just chose a different sketch. And again, I love the older Page Map sketches because of the fact that there's no embellishments. It's just, this is how your layout is supposed to go, your photo arrangement, and then you get to do the rest. And I love that because it's almost creative freedom. So this one side right here was just supposed to be a paneling of pretty pattern paper. And so I decided to pretty up my polka dotted paper a little bit more using all of these leaves. And one of the things that I love about these photos, not this photo, but these photos, is that this is a path. So there's a path, a walkway almost all the way around the entire house that we retreated at. And then it goes off and down this path is where you see all of their trees, their pear trees, their orange trees, their lemon trees, their lime trees, apple trees, crab apples, I'm assuming they're green apples, and just gorgeous. And then at the end of the path, they have like a vineyard, but not for wine. It's more of melons vineyard. So if you go and look at it, you can see, all of the fruits that grow on vines, which I thought was awesome, and really cool. And I actually, those are in my pocket pages. So I do have photos of those. However, they are in, separate photos outside of this one. This one is just a picture of this really lonely shed, but behind the shed you can see their field of corn. And they've got this cornfield. Now, I'm not sure if this cornfield in the photo belongs to this property because there's a cornfield on both sides of the property. So there's one behind the shed in these photos, and then on the other side of the property is another cornfield. And Janet and I actually did a small little photo shoot, just goofing off, like bad, in the cornfield. It was just something that I wanted to do for fun and just go out and play and take a break from, scrapbooking and whatnot. So it just was super fun. And I have those photos for a later date as well. But this collection, especially all of these orangey browns, really went well with these photos. So I picked the green for this layout because of the greenery that I saw. The trees, you can kind of get a glimpse of some of the trees down the path and whatnot. And I believe those ones on that side are the pear trees or the orange trees. I can't remember. I want to say the pear trees were on that side. I'd have to look at my closer up photos of each tree individual to remember which exactly trees those were. But I just really liked these photos, and I liked everything that I discovered when I went for my walks. It was just amazing. I mean, we don't have any of this kind of stuff in Nevada. There are a few people that have greenhouses and whatnot, and that's the only way that we can actually grow anything in the ground, especially like fruits like this. But vegetables that take a very small gestation period, we are able to grow, and that's about it. So, and let me tell you how bad we get tired of the same vegetables like zucchini and some carrots, but they're more like on the baby side. We don't get full-size carrots. Definitely potatoes, and if you're lucky, we can grow some corn, but it's not. They definitely don't look like these cornfields. There's no way. Maybe 2 or 3 rows that we can put tunnels over to start in April, but not this April because we still have snow on the ground. So anyways, just super fun. I'm going through all of my little cups to pick out all the good stuff. Now, this is my last layout for Kit Conspiracy. However, I was able to, of course I was able to. Look at all the supplies I still have left. I went ahead and used these supplies for my Mixed Media Mayhem layout, which is tomorrow. So I'm still using this, even though I say that this is my last layout. It technically is my last layout for Kit Conspiracy for the 3 days that we committed to. So we committed to Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And I just had a blast, really. I'm so proud of how many rub-ons I actually used. Now, there was several that I did not get to. In fact, one package I totally ignored, and I don't know why. It definitely would have looked amazing on Mixed Media Mayhem, but, forgot all about it, and it went a totally different direction, completely. And then this one, like I said, I was pulling from the cornfields. I was pulling that color, that yellow hay color, and there were so many of these leaves, especially in the rub-ons, that just spoke to me, that just had that exact same color. And so that's where I got these colors to work really well. And then, of course, there was a little bit of this, not much, but there's a little bit of this lime green in the photos. And that's why I thought that having such a huge lime green color would look really cool with the light aqua and, like I said, all of these hay color leaves and things. And I feel like it just worked really well. And then, of course, like I said, the smaller photo, which is the long distance photo of where the barn is, or is it the close-up? No, it's the close-up of this cute little barn or shack or house, or I don't even know what it is. It's like a tool shed. That's what it is, a tool shed. We'll just say that. It was absolutely perfect to be a cluster of its own. So I'm building it up as a cluster, as if it was my title cluster, which it will be. And it'll be almost the only cluster that's on the layout because I have that printed leaf paper over on the right, which I'm not considering as an embellishment. It's just a beautiful printed paper that I made using the rub-ons. And then I'm going to put a small one up on the upper right-hand corner as well. Now, when I first started using the other supplies outside of the leaves, so the first thing that I picked was all the leaves and things, and I wanted to make sure that that was represented. And then I'm going to go back into my little bins and start picking out the other bits and pieces to make another little cluster. I just wanted to make sure that the leaves were represented and get everything down there. I do have some pieces picked up top. I can see them a little bit. And when I picked those, the yellow and the orange seemed to be a bit bright, like not as hay color as I was expecting them to be. And in all honesty, I didn't realize how bright they were until I was taking my photos. Well, then I went to go edit this video, and I was like, well, I really like how they look. Like, they blend in really well. But when I first started taking the photos, I was like, well, maybe they're too bright. Maybe I need to dull those down a little bit, ink them up or something. I don't really know. And if you guys recognize that aqua piece by my right elbow, that was used on layout number 1. So what Janet and I try to do is we try to do our 3 required layouts, which is the ones that we committed to. Okay, we committed to Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And so we definitely want to make sure that those 3 layouts get done first, and then any other commitments. So like for this week, I had my design team layout for shimmers. So that one definitely had to get done. And whether or not I used this kit, it was a bonus, right? And then Mixed Media Mayhem on Fridays is always a commitment because we love at least playing with our mixed media supplies once a week, if not once a month, right? So those were definitely a must. And then when I realized I only needed one more layout, that's when I ended up doing Sunday's layout. And so it just pulled in together, even though they're published out of order. I just had to let you guys know that most of us don't ever work in order as far as it goes for layouts, because the scraps for Monday's layout came from all the rest of the layouts. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and finish up. I went ahead and put my title down. Now you can't really see it from this distance, but I can see it just fine from where my eye is right now. And so here's where I decided to go through my bin one more time, or my little cups one more time, to look for something to go over on the right side of the photo. I just felt like it needed some more solids that matched the solid cluster up in the upper right hand, up in the upper right, or no, left. I'm sorry. Up. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what my direction is anymore. So anyways, I just wanted to make sure that I had those pieces because I felt like I had a whole bunch of solids over there in that cluster and none anywhere else on the layout. So if I bring them down into my other cluster, then that's when they start working. And of course, I found the perfect little elements all over the place. So anyways, going to go ahead and finish that off. Found a cool little tag that brings that aqua a little bit more up into that cluster. And then of course, these postage stamps, which have this weird face on them. I'm not sure if it's Benjamin Franklin or not. That's what it looks like, but I don't want that face on my layout. So I tuck them in just enough to where you can see the design, but not the face. So, and that's just me. And then, of course, I'm going to take some Ancient Dina Wakley gloss spray in the color Ancient. I really like it because it is a coppery, a bronzy. Bronzy is a better word for it. So it's a brown, but not a brown. And I'm just going to splatter it in along my clusters, and then definitely along that made page or paper that I created. Just to give my paper a little bit more dimension and use up a lot of those supplies. So I only used washi tape to hold this little 1/2-inch strip down. And when I was sharing it with you guys, I kind of bent it. When it's in the layout, I'm not too worried about it. I wasn't I wasn't worried about it to begin with. I just wanted to explain myself on why that piece of paper kind of bent down the way it did, is because it's only held on by washi. I did not run a bead of glue down or anything. And once it's in the page protector, it'll be just fine. So here are the close-ups. There's where you can really see that title pop. Like I said, I'm not going to outline it or anything because I really feel like it does stick out, just not at the angle that we were seeing it in the camera. I absolutely love the colors of all of these leaves and how well they match the cornfield in the back of the photos. And I just like the blended look of this aqua color, this light aqua color. So anyways, be sure to check out Janet Fritz, who's Galaxy Girl Creations, here on YouTube, and see how she is using her Kit Conspiracy kit today. And if you're interested in more videos, here are 2 more to check out on my channel, and I will check y'all later. Thank you so much, you guys. Bye.